Hello and welcome everybody, I am one proud Bavarian and today we have one hell of an episode right in front of us. We're going to play out this campaign, or rather play out this chapter of this campaign that was going under the name By Jupiter Revamped on the 1st of January, so there is some space in between, but on the 1st of January a new series shall begin, and it will be the series of us continuing this playthrough, continuing the heir that we are now starting to consider our own, which is the heir of Rome and the heir of Alexandria. Now, before we dive into deep, into the nonsense talk, I'm going to go a bit into the history of our characters here. We're going to relive what we went through. Look at all those characters. I remember every single one of them. I mean, not the ones without title, of course. Well, I do remember all of these kids because I did kill all of them. Didn't kill you, though, so that's a good one. Did I kill any of you? I don't think I did. Oh, look at you. You're still living, Georgius. Good on you. I think I remember him being born. Actually, what I want to talk about today is why I am going to reform the religion the way I am going to reform it. And I know that there probably are going to be some voices that are going to be unhappy with this. And I fully understand it. I fully understand why you're unhappy to a certain degree. However, fully understanding in certain degree doesn't really make sense. However, but I do want to tell you why I am choosing the doctrines, the nature, and the leadership as I am. Why am I choosing the nature cosmopolitan? Well, I really like interacting and melting other cultures and religions into my realm. I really don't want to have to, get rid of every single ruler and make them all Hellenic. I'm against that on principle. I want to be in a position in which I can essentially create vassal kingdoms within the Roman Empire that, can still go on and worship their religion as long as they do not persecute ours. I'm perfectly fine with that, and I've seen, the comments about proselytizing and so on and so forth, and I do agree that those are really, really good, but I don't feel that I don't think that comes true, or I don't think that is true to the nature of the Hellenic religion, even if it were to be reformed and were to be put into a more clear structure and into order and so on and so forth. I don't think it is fair to make them proselytizing, because that is not what they are. That is not what they were. They accepted the gods as ever so strong existing beings that were essentially all around us, not in the animistic sense, but essentially all around us, and influenced everything going on in the world. You can't force somebody to believe in that. The gods of Hellenism do not need you to force people to believe in it, because they are without other people believing in them. So I think cosmopolitan is indeed the best for where we are going in terms of roleplay and what we are doing in terms of just the empire we're building. And the second one is civilized, because this is the Hellenic specific one. We can gain sympathy with another faith by choice. Heir designation is allowed, and now you may say, but that is kind of worthless because you can't designate your heir with imperial elective, and you are entirely correct. However, it does influence our vassals. So if we have that as our religion, right, and for example this good old chap right here will be Hellenic, he will most likely, and they actually do that quite reliably, they will most likely give up, for example, we say designated heir is now Joanna instead of Sergia, which means that Sergia will get some titles while Joanna will get the other main titles. And that in turn means that our vassals will never grow overpowered, and it will be roughly, easy to control them. But at the same time, it was the way it was. In Rome, you determined who would inherit you, who of your family or even of your adopted kids was the best one. So I think going with that is fair. After that, stability, short reign penalty is disabled, and rulers can spend piety to improve their courtiers' attributes. That one is a very good one because of the short reign being simply gone, that is just done with. What is also really, really great is the fact that with stability and civilized both in there, we can start to work on ourselves. That is a thing that we gain as an option once we take over here with stability. And then the leadership, that is a tough one. There is a very good reason why I'm choosing autonomous, and I'm going to explain that to you. First of all, what I really like about it is that I've never done it before. It is something that usually nobody picks because it disables Great Holy Wars. Why would you want that, right? The thing is, I don't really want Great Holy Wars. If I was to go with temporal, I would most certainly never call one. I can guarantee you that, because it's just so uncharacteristic. We never ask Zeus for, or Jupiter in this case, we never ask him, hey, can you just support me and make it so that I have a claim to this land? We never do that. We do ask them to, kind of bless our wars. We sacrifice something in their name, But Zeus won't give me something, you know, like a claim to a land. That's not how that works. So, autonomous is very nice, mostly because you can pick a preferred branch, which we then can use with, you know, for example, is it a militant believer? Will he actually do holy wars? That is something that can happen. Or is our ruler, I don't know, you know, a spiritualist? Is he a family-oriented man? All of that is in here, so this is just a huge boon for role-playing. So I will pick autonomous, but the eternal reason why I'm just saying no to temporal, so I don't want hierocratic or autocephalous, because they imply that there is a priest over, you know, on top of my imperator, and on top of my emperor, and that is not a thing. That is not all we do, okay? That is not how this goes. And temporal doesn't work. I'm sorry to say, temporal doesn't work. So if you do temporal, you get a kingdom tier title, this titular title Collegium Pontificum, that makes it the Pontifex Maximus. However, Collegium Pontificum is inherited by normal open elective. I've tried this in off-camera. I've tried this with, you know, different cheated playthrough where I was like, just let me reform it, and then we try out all the different doctrines. And what happens is, it makes nobody eligible. This entire list becomes empty and you can't vote for anybody for the primary title of the Byzantine Empire. And then right here would be the Pontifex Maximus. You can't vote for that either. There's nobody eligible, which means that on death, the game immediately ends. That is right. It is very, very unfortunate. It is quite annoying, if you ask me, because I would have loved to go with it and just do the Pontifex Maximus role-playing, right? But at the same time, it is what it is. I can't take temporal. If you want to take temporal, you have to take the you have to do it before you control the Byzantine Empire, and here we are just being too successful. And as I said, I don't want hierocratic or autocephalous, because if the emperor, okay, gets excommunicated, does that make any sense? It really doesn't. You can get cursed by the gods, you know, all of that stuff can happen, but you don't get excommunicated. That is nonsense. That makes zero sense for reformed Hellenistic, you know, religion. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these and we're going to have characters that, for example, can choose the very zealous branch of the faith, and then will go around and, you know, unland people. They will go around and make sure to take control of things left and right. And on the other hand, you might have characters that will just respect the faith of others. I think this opens up a very, very interesting angle for role-playing. And this is why I'm going to choose all of these. I hope that all of you are okay with that. Because this will lead us into our second part of the campaign, starting on the 1st of January. And now I shall actually press the button. I can't describe how happy I am to achieve this after 14 episodes. If you break it down, right? Because 30 minutes is the average mini minutes time that I want to have. The last episodes were a bit longer, but even if you break it down and make it so that every episode is 30 minutes, we still stayed in, you know, what I said before 2019 to reform the faith, and we're doing it. We did it. So that was a very long talk. What we're going to do now is we're just going to reform, and we're going to enjoy the moment of peace that Basilissa Apollonia the Usurper has achieved for the world. Blame and Evangelos of right. All of these people lose their tempers as always. Give me this. I don't want to accidentally click something here because this is our branch selection, so I want to make sure not get rid of any of this stuff. I think we're like hovering right over the first option, and I'm not certain that I want that one. Okay, I haven't actually thought about it for Apollonia. Right, here we go. See, we were exactly over the syncretists. The Hellenic Reformation. The ancient Hellenic religion is proving unable to withstand the onslaught of the cross and the moon. Rather than abandoning the old ways, Basilissa Apollonia of the Byzantine Empire and the most powerful priests have decided to reform the Hellenic faith in order to ensure the coexistence of their religion with its neighbors. Reorganized to give each independent clergyman full authority over her flock, the Hellenic faith is ready to contend with its degenerate and barbarous opponents, reborn stronger than ever from its ashes. For the first time in centuries, the authority of the Christian Church over Europe is being undermined. Now, I want you to be sure to read this flavor text because it's quite important to me. Every clergyman has full authority over a flock, and that is exactly how it is. Every clergyman, for example, if we have a priest that is, you know, dedicated to Apollo, for example, down here, that he will, for the region at least, be the last word for Apollo. But that doesn't mean that all of a sudden he will, you know, call for a fucking crusade for Apollo. That's not how that works. And here comes the important part. Let's take a look at Apollonia. So now that I've embraced the Hellenic faith, I must choose which branch of it I ascribe to. She could be a syncretist, which makes it so that the character believes in adapting some of the features of the newer religions to her own worship of the old gods. Gives us positive modifiers with other religions, obviously. And other people that are militants will hate us. That is part of that. Or we could be a spiritualist. This character believes in detaching herself from worldly affairs in the pursuit of true enlightenment. So that is mostly piety and opinion. Then militant Hellenic. This character has interpreted her scriptures as a call to action against all the infidels threatening the survival of her faith. Monthly prestige plus 0.3, personal combat skill plus 10, and opposite trade opinion minus 5. Or I'm a tribalist. This character believes that the true worship of the old gods is still best exemplified by the care that a woman has for her own family, so essentially something very committed to the worldly existence. I think... So you gotta consider who Apollonia is, right? Apollonia lived... I think it was here? Abruzzo? Did she live in... Chieti? Yes, she did. So she lived in Chieti during the incredibly terrible rule, right, of our good old... Where is he? No, not him. Sorry. Of the incredibly terrible rule of despot Nicodemus the Bold of Greece. He murdered an insane amount of family members, and as one of you viewers said a few episodes ago, will hopefully enjoy his time in Tartarus, so in, Greek hell, pretty much. So she knows what a tyrant looks like. She knows how important it is to work together with other, religions. Maybe she's a syncretist, but I think that I kind of want to go more towards tribalist, right? She's not a spiritualist because she's so clinging to worldly titles. Otherwise, she wouldn't have taken control of the Byzantine Empire now, would she? She certainly doesn't fit as a spiritualist. A syncretist is something that I could see fit, but I think a tribalist, because it gives you positive opinion modifier with a dynasty, right? And the idea to me is that she essentially is saying, our family has had enough bloodshed. We need to restore order, and we need to restore the true nature of family. That is standing together. That is, being a common bulwark against all entities that want us harm. I think she's a tribalist. By the way, it's a silly icon, obviously. Like, this makes more sense if you're Norse Germanic or Slavic Germanic even, but Slavic Germanic? A Slavic, Slav, I guess, because the religion is also Slavic. But, what we are now is a tribalist. Our moral authority, now you will have noticed that, is quite low because of cosmopolitan. But that is just the way it is. That is perfectly normal. Do not worry about that. We're still quite stable. And while proselytizing is very, very, very tough, that doesn't mean anything. Because as you can see here, county religion converted 1.6% yearly. It's a bit of a shame, truly, because now we will have to convert all of this stuff here, but I'll work through it slowly. I know that we will have some vassals as well that will try to convert it with us. For example, if anybody chooses the heavily religious focus, then that will also happen. Oh, why do you not have anything? Interesting. So yeah, this is going to make it, for our religion, it's going to make it a bit harder, because our religion is not going to convert everybody, but we can still... Oh, why do you hate me? Female ruler fired from council. Will I fire you? Oh, that's just incredible. Why would I do that? Dukes of Epirus. No. What I'm going to start with, I think... We have another important vassal here somewhere. So this is obviously going to be tough, and if we face a rebellion, I still think we're going to be fine, but we will have to see if we truly are going to be fine, really. I'm going to select you for the moment, but just for the moment. Don't get comfy. Mind you. Won't give you any money because you do hate me. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look, right, at all of this. Term and zodiac sign, sure. I'm a Virgo, so monthly piety, stewardship, same trade opinion, and opposite trade opinion done. Originally developed by the Babylonians, astrology was later adopted by the Greeks and Romans of ancient times. While a fairly well-established science, its popularity always tended to wane and rise, which is commonly said with diligence and humility. Sure. Now we have a lot of different things here. For example, create the Myrmidons, right? Restore cult of Bacchus, establish Stoic intelligentsia. It has different, requirements, and of course, restore the Roman Empire. We're going to take a look at that once the time has come. I think right now we're going to study another religion, because we're going to study Christian religion. We understand the Christian religion more than anybody else. We know what life is like, because we have lived in a country that most certainly is very Christian-like. You know, we've been here time and time again. I would like to transfer vassalage to you. This dude, yes. Beautiful. Still hates me, huh? Duchy of Thracasia. Wait, do I hold that? That's just silly. Why would I do that? There you go, buddy. See, now he loves me. Amazing. Right, who else? We built some different temples here. I do remember that. And while you hate me, I might as well transfer vassalage to this man, actually. I will transfer... Yep, you. Anybody else? Abydos? Oh yeah, I'm going to give Abydos away, surely. That's not a problem. What else? Trebizond? No. That's just ridiculous, and you know it. Grand Vice Royalty, Achaia, Hellas? Absolutely not. And you sap Strymon, but I don't think that's really worth it. Let me see something here. Sicily. No, I don't think that's what we want to do here, right? I was looking around, right, because I want to give temples away to make people like me more. Were those all of our bishoprics? They indeed were. Fair enough. Special action, right. We could dedicate temples, which we don't really want to do, because we're probably going to face a rebellion. Let me just unpause, because I actually want the achievement, okay? There you go. By fucking Jupiter. It's done! Oh, we've made it. We've made it out of here. And people are voting against my candidate, huh? Well, I don't like that one bit. Really hate that, you know? Oh, you love me, and yet don't vote for my candidate. Are you crazy? I buy a favor from you. Absolutely okay. I'm going to call in council support from this man. Build a war chest. That's okay. Where did I get all the money from? We're making a lot of money, to be fair, but still, even then. Right, how many do we have here? It's not enough, obviously. What about Syracusa? Syracusa should be in our... Like, he should be available to probably vote well for us, right? Why are you voting for some other dude? Are you kidding me? That's your kid, my man. Oh, you're the rival, right? You're never gonna vote for me. Ah, too funny. What about you? I'm going to... Actually, I'm trying to buy a favor from you, and you say no. Incredible. What about now? Nope. Who are you? Big nobodies, what you are, buddy. No. We need more support, and if necessary, as I said earlier, I'm going to buy it. What's the problem? 25. Give me good old 65. What about that? Can I buy a favor from you? No. Right. Haha. Wait, what? Oh, you are that. And a gift. That's not worth anything, and you know it. What that just says to me, really, is that I probably want to have somebody else in these important positions. I mean, this dude alone is just... He's a waste of my time, and you know it. Look at him. He's not powerful enough to... Oh, 5.7k troops? What world? It's gonna be tough. But I like it tough, okay? We're gonna select some loyal people that will then hopefully vote with me. Do we have anybody else? Not really. I'm gonna select you because I think I can make you like me. And under those circumstances, I don't know if... I'm not sure that he would vote with me, right? But even then... Oh, there you go. Well, that's already enough then. And I don't love this man anymore. Whoever he is, may our love rest in peace. Well, there goes it again. Jesus. Dorotheus. Show me that dude. I need to see Dorotheus. Am I blind? Georgios? Kyriakos? Who's the Dorotheus has a 70. Let's be on the lookout here for 70s. Oh, that's... Why? Husband? Oh, maybe I should just... You know what? I'm just going to divorce this man. Yeah, it's going to cost me money, but I'm just going to divorce him. He's the wrong religion and he's a twat. I don't like him. I hate him. And I should probably marry somebody that, well, you know, isn't an idiot. My religion, men. Actually, let's just do it like this. Now, I don't have anything against marrying somebody that isn't of my religion, right? But we could get somebody that would also then vote for me. Do I have a friend or something? I only have female friends, which is nice, but not all I was looking for. Let's take away the culture tag, although that probably won't do much for us. Yeah, this doesn't do much for us. Let's just take somebody that is attractive and hopefully close by. You know, something like that anyway. Why are we at 0 for diplomacy? That is terrible. Good God. You know what? Let's go for it at the end of the day. Let's go for a normal husband with very good diplomacy, if possible. Hectorius, I'm hereby marrying you. No, apparently not. We are, after all, not marrying each other. Oh, all of these people are militants. That's crazy. That is crazy. Mauricios, what about you? Arranged marriage? I'll marry him. Wait, am I stupid? Why can't I marry him? If only I knew. Isidoros. Can't marry anybody. Alright, I can't explain that, but it is what it is. Yeah, he's getting a lot of support here. We're almost matching his support, but not quite enough. What about you, buddy? Would you love to vote for me? Apparently not. Yeah, sorry, this is a bit of a hassle. I you know, don't mean to just do all this voting stuff here. It's just that the determination of who they're actually going to vote for is not always quite simple. You know, what if I just make you like me even more? I'm going to make you... I'm going to push you up to 36, right? And then we're going to take a look. Why do you hate me so much one way or another? Female ruler. Blah, blah, blah. Only external vassal wars. Merciless, right? Still voting for them, huh? Fair enough. Prince Xenon. As you can see, we can't designate heirs here because we don't have that succession. And we will never be able to have that succession, quite frankly. But even then... Show me my vassals, just in general. I want to study the vassals here. We definitely need you in a position in the council. Dear Despot of Sardinia. Thomas II. Oh, I wish we could marry. That would be beautiful. Really. I am quite old for him, but still. Right, I'm going to put you in charge here. Then we're going to grant you some money. Maybe even some honorary titles. Oh, I'm not going to name you Caesar. Can now be awarded to anyone. Jesus, that's just terrible. I hate it. Anybody can have that title. Come on. Come on, who decided this? No, no, what we truly need, right? Show me the duchies here. Moesia. Strummen. I could give him Strummen, I guess. Like, he already has holdings all over the place, really. But he's still quite weak. Oh yeah, he holds all of that nonsense land up there. Who cares? I think we're going to usurp Strummen. And then I shall grant it to you. You can have the title attached to it as well. And now I demand religious conversion. And we have one very important vassal more. Right, perfect. Now he also serves on the council. Appears to not be voting for me. Why is that? Serbia. Right, you're not voting for me at all. Am I blind? Shouldn't he be voting for me at this point? Have to be blind, I guess. Where is he? He doesn't even show up in the list. Is here. It doesn't want me to... Alright, I don't want to spend any more time with that in this episode because this is the last episode, you know, and I'm already planning for the next, you know, part of the campaign, so let's not worry about that. What I do want to worry about is something else. What I do want to worry about is... Let's talk about our family. let's talk about the Clados family and where it all started. Remember Anastasius? Now, Anastasius was the man that we started with, and in just one generation, he died with 40. Imagine that. He died, what, like 15 years into our game, and yet he already was the Duke of Achaia. A title that all of his descendants should hold from there on out. His family would never let go of Achaia as a title. And then his son Xenon became the king of Greece. That is right. Within 2 generations, we built up from being a count to being a king. All of Greece was named ours. Jesus, I can't believe how quick it went. Look at that. And then Nicodemus. Nico fucking Damus. Killer of kids. Look at all these kids' portraits. And then he also, yeah, I remember this. We sacrificed this Byzantine emperor. Good God. Pelagia, right? And then Teofano, who doesn't have any valid kids. I myself do have valid kids, but you know what, we're actually going to try. I never thought about that, but people hate him. He invaded us, Philoratus, sorry. He had an invasion planned for our realm, for his claim. But I think today we're going to let mercy rule, and I will explain why I'm doing this. Okay, I have very good reasons. He is the son of Athanasia, our beloved twin sister that we lost so early to a wild beast. And I'm fucking certain this dude had something to do with it. Hungry. I will not forget your face. And I think that despite him obviously being wrong, coming to our land and trying to take over, maybe he does deserve the title. Maybe he does indeed. Are people voting for him is the question. Nobody else. It's just the usual suspects. Who is Despot Laurentius of Serbia? Neapolis? Clados? Why is the despot voting for this random man? I hate it. Doesn't make any sense. Did he convert? He did. Serbia, how are you doing? Ah, very nice. We can convert you to, I guess. I'm gonna make you court physician. Then we're gonna demand religious conversion. Nice. You know, we're just gonna continue like this, really. But look at the history. It's incredible to me just how quickly we actually rose up in the ranks, and at the end of the day achieved something that, you know, many didn't think possible in the time frame that we did it in. And what a weird episode. I'm so sorry. I'm like just sitting here like I'm really excited. But I'm already actually thinking of, you know, the next one, because the next episode is going to be quite important. One seat on the council. I mean, obviously you do. Who doesn't? Where are my important vassals? They're just not listed here. Don't know why. But this is unsustainable right now. Toby still likes this man more, despite no longer, well, that's interesting. I want to take a look at this off camera, and I thank you for watching. This was truly a success of a series, and in the next chapter of this series we will try to restore the old Roman Empire. I think that will be our main goal, and we will be role-playing very hard. All we will do will be role-playing, okay? I mean, very clearly I think it has been asked for that we, you know, come back to more role-playing things, and while I was already looking for more power politics here, it's just, I'm sorry, I can't let go of this series. It's just so much fun. I will see you in the next series. Yeah, this is actually correct if I say it like this. I will see you in the next series. Thank you for hanging in here, this one. Basilissa Apollonia thanks you, and the restored Hellenic faith shall be in control of Europe within the next year. Thank you for watching, and later, alligator.